This week's Parshat Ki Tisa recounts the sin of the golden calf. While Moshe was still on Mount Sinai with God, the people below grew increasingly restless. Faced with Moshe's prolonged absence and uncertain return, they succumbed to fear and demanded something tangible to lead them. In their desperation, they turned to Aaron, pressuring and, as the Midrash suggests, possibly even threatening him to act. In an attempt to delay them, Aaron instructed the people to collect gold from their wives and children, perhaps hoping this request would temper their enthusiasm. However, the instigators of this demand were all too eager to comply and swiftly brought him the gold. Left with little choice, Aaron fashioned what the Torah describes as an egel masecha. But what exactly does this phrase mean? Traditionally, egel masecha is translated as a molten calf. Rashi explains that masecha refers to the fact that the calf was crafted from metal. Ibn Ezra elaborates that the gold was melted down and likely poured into a mold, resulting in a physical molten idol constructed from the contributions of the people. While this classical explanation is well-founded, especially given the connection between masecha and the act of pouring, as seen in the libations nesachim on the altar, there is another perspective we can consider. In modern Hebrew, masecha translates to mask. Could this modern usage shed light on the nature of the golden calf? In ancient Egypt, deities were often depicted with human bodies and animal heads, resembling masks atop human figures. Priests and priestesses would wear such masks, believing they channeled the power of their gods. Perhaps Aaron created not a full statue, but rather the mask of a calf, something to be worn as a representation of divine presence. Notably, until this event, the Torah's prohibitions against idols and images did not explicitly mention masks. It was only afterward that the Torah warns against Elohei Masecha, gods of Masecha, including them within the broader prohibition of idol worship. This insight might also provide a deeper connection to the custom of wearing masks on Purim. At the conclusion of Megillat Esther, the Jews are described as accepting upon themselves what they had begun to do. Chazal, in their homiletic interpretation, explain that while the Torah was accepted at Har Sinai, it was only fully embraced, both the written and oral law, during the time of Purim. At Sinai, the acceptance was partial or even reluctant. With the Purim story, however, the Jews wholeheartedly embraced God's Torah in its entirety. In the desert, we sinned through the use of a mask. On Purim, we elevate ourselves through this very symbol, using it as a tool to draw closer to God, to fulfill His will, and to celebrate His hidden presence in our lives. Shabbat Shalom.